Yep. Give me a nod when you're ready.
Like
Shooter's ready. Stand by.
Hello everybody, this is Gunnery Sergeant Matt Gundlach, and I'm joined here today with Captain Chris Scott.
Hi, how's it going?
Alright, so we're going to be talking about the Marine Corps Marksmanship Competitions. So, first of all, what are they?
So Marine Corps Marksmanship Competition, it's a 2-week package. The first week we run you through training courses run by instructors from our action team, our pistol team, and our rifle team. They'll take the lessons that they learned from competition, and they'll teach everybody there how to fire a pistol if they've never fired one before, and some advanced techniques, and also the fundamentals of shooting a rifle and pistol. After that first week, we'll roll into competition. So they'll start off with individual competition where everybody will compete with both the rifle and the pistol. And they'll be able to earn medals for both of those weapons. And then after that, we'll roll into the team competitions, where if you get together a group of Marines from your unit and you come out to the MCMC, you can compete against other units, and you can fight in the team competition to see who ends up on top. Also during the competition, you'll be running through your annual rifle training and your annual pistol qual. So you'll come away fully qualified for the year. And also some good marksmanship experience.
So, to add to that, you can be a marksman of any level. You know, you can never have picked up a pistol before, or you could have a lot of experience with it. We are going to use a systems approach to training, and we're going to teach you from the ground up how we train, how we've learned, and how we've grown up through and got into where we are today.
Yeah, we have a lot of people actually who come out and have never shot a pistol before, and they're running around by the end of the competition.
They do fairly well. Some of them who've never shot before end up leaving with a marksmanship medal.
And those marksmanship medals, real quick, they're if you place in the top 10% of the competition, you'll receive a medal.
We'll go into more of that later. Next thing I kind of wanted to cover was where and when are we going to be hosting these competitions. So to kind of go quick rundown, we're going to start our MCMC season this year on 25 October to 5 November, and we're going to be doing everything up here at Weapons Training Battalion Quantico, where we're going to host the MCMC. After that, 6 to 17 December, we're going to be doing MCMC Far East. It's going to be kind of nice to go back.
Yeah.
COVID kind of ruined things last year. The year before, it was extremely successful. They have a great crew that runs things out there, and we're looking forward to coming back out this year.
Yeah, we're definitely making a comeback. I know last year there was a lot of disappointed competitors. We had to cancel last minute due to issues with COVID.
But they were still able to host an intramural competition, which kind of speaks to what we do. People are totally interested in doing this and look forward to it every single year. After MCMC Far East, we're going to be going into MCMC Pacific, which is going to be from 24 January to 4 February. Last year, turnout wasn't the greatest. I think we had somewhere around 60, 65 competitors. Yeah. We have a lot more spots that we can fill, guys. Let's have you come out. Let's have you compete. And let's have you come out and compete at championships. After Pacific, we have West, which is from 7 to 18 February. That is going to be held at Camp Pendleton. First time we've been back to Camp Pendleton, calling it West, in quite a few years.
Yeah, I think 2016 might have been the last time we were there for the then called division matches. So it's been a while.
Yeah. We had a lot of good things that occurred in 29 Palms, but last year We had our biggest turnout in recent history, I would honestly say, of competitors coming out and competing. We had, 319, 320 competitors, something like that.
Yeah.
And we were not ready for it. But we flew more instructors out. We got everything taken care of, and, like, we rocked on. And a lot of people had fun, and a lot of people learned a lot of good skills.
Yeah, it turned into a really successful Mic. We definitely had our hair on fire there in the beginning, but I think if you ask a lot of competitors, they had a good time. I think everybody learned a lot still.
After West, we are going to be going down to Camp Lejeune to Mic East, and that is going to occur from 14 to 25 March. Looking forward to going back down there, seeing all the competitors that we've built a rapport with down there, and just advancing what the relationships that we have built. After East, we're going to go right into Marine Corps Championships, and that's from 4 to 15 April. Last year, very successful. It was a 1-week format.
Yeah.
We did, about 5 different types of matches all in one competition.
We did, and this year we're going to be bringing back bullseye rifle. So last year was just 1 week of action, but we ran people through. I think they shot, I want to say it was like 20 or 30 stages of action stages throughout the match. But we're going to be adding back in 1 week of bullseye rifle in the beginning. So for those of you that missed the old bullseye style course of fire, we're bringing it back this year, and you'll get your opportunity to show us what you got.
And to kind of go on what styles of shooting we did last year and what styles of shooting we're going to be bringing back this year. Of course, as Captain Scott mentioned, we're going to do the bullseye rifle, the 1 week of that. But we're going to do 3-gun. We're going to do steel challenge. We're going to do PRS. We're going to do USPSA. We're also going to do 2-gun. We're going to
hit factor rifle.
Hit factor rifle.
Yeah, it's a carbine match essentially. Yeah.
So we're going to introduce you to a bunch of different styles of shooting, which will allow you to see who is the best in the Marine Corps. Now that we've kind of covered that, who can show up to these Mics? Who's allowed?
So it's any active duty Marine is allowed, and then we also allow reservists, other service members, but the priority does go to active duty Marines. If there's still slots available, it will open up to reservists, law enforcement, straight civilians, prior active duty Marines, retired Marines. It's really a match for everybody. There's no rank restrictions, and then there's no, you don't have to have qualified with a pistol before. If you have 1 year left in your contract from the time that the match goes, you're eligible to compete. And if you can just handle a little bit higher level of marksmanship instruction, which doesn't mean that you have to be a high-level shooter, but you just have to be able to handle yourself safely while we're teaching you some of these more advanced marksmanship techniques.
So how do I sign up for this?
So, one thing that the competitors can do, and we're going to be pushing out a more admin with all the details on how you register for these matches, but you can go to practicescore.com. So it's a scoring website. So Practi, like PRACTI, and then score.com, and you'll create an account on there. And just because you create an account doesn't mean you're registered for the match. We get that a lot. And then you'll search just Marine Corps in the matches, and you'll find your local Marine Corps Marksmanship Competition, and you can click on that link and register right there online, and that'll let us know that you're planning on coming out. It'll also give us your contact information so we can send you more details about the match as we get closer to the date. And then once you've done that, just work through your S3 shop or whoever else you coordinate your training through, and they'll get you in touch with the local range there, the hosting unit. And they'll have a local letter of instruction that will give you more details on what you need to bring to the match and how you will meet their requirements for registration.
What kind of gear am I going to need to bring out to this?
It's going to be just your standard rifle range. And rifle range now, we're talking about the annual rifle qualification, not ART. So you're going to need to bring flak and Kevlar. And I'll actually read off the list here so I don't miss anything. Let's see. Scrolling down, trying to take up time while I look for this here.
You are so organized.
This DraftMar admin's pretty long, so there's a lot of scrolling. So you're gonna need to bring a helmet, plate carrier, a war belt, or something to mount pouches to on your belt. Rifle and pistol magazine pouches, 4 rifle magazines at a minimum, a rifle sling, 2 pistol magazines, a pistol holster, and then obviously eye and ear protection. If you have any like specialized competition gear, we actually encourage you not to bring it out because you're not going to be able to use it in the match. So like if you go out and shoot pistol competitions on the weekend on your own, you actually can't use those same pouches. They need to be like tactical in nature or something that you'd be able to go to normal pistol range and use for your annual qual.
So we kind of mentioned team matches. Let's go back to that. So what is a team comprised of? Who can participate in the team match? Do they have to be from a specific unit? Talk to me about the construct of that team.
Okay, so as far as the team matches go, it's comprised of 4 firing members. They all need to be from the same unit. And then there's just a few requirements that you need to have on your team in order to compete. So those requirements are going to be: you need to have 1 firing officer. You need to have a enlisted Marine of rank E5 or below. And then you also need to have a Marine that's never competed in one of our matches that we hold. So that can be a MIC, the older style division matches. We used to run Marine Corps combat matches. And so if they haven't competed in any of those, then they're considered a tyro. So you need those 3 positions essentially filled on your team. Now, if you have an officer who's also never fired a match before, he can fill the role of a tyro. If you have a E5 or below that's never fired a match before, he can fill the role of a tyro. So it can be one person fill more than one position there, but it'll be 4 firing members, and you can also have a non-firing coach to help coach your team.
And to add to that, I wasn't paying attention to the entire thing, I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
Like daily when you start talking.
Pretty much. Tune you out. Distinguished shooters. You can only have 2 distinguished shooters on a team. You cannot have any more than that. We limit it to just 2 distinguished shooters.
Yeah, that's correct. And I did not state that earlier. So you might have been listening just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit. You mentioned marksmanship medals and top 10%. Can you elaborate a little bit more?
Yeah, so there's a goal that a lot of Marines have of going distinguished. So that means that you've competed at these matches and you've earned enough points for you to earn a badge senior distinguished marksman, which means that you're a really good shot, essentially. So to earn those points, we give away marksmanship medals at these matches.
And it's to the top 10% of the competitors.
It is. So let's say there's, we'll keep the math simple here. Let's say there's 100 competitors at the match. Hopefully we get more than that, but let's say there's 100. So the top 10 competitors there who are not already distinguished are going to be eligible for a marksmanship medal. So they'll each receive a medal. Within those 10 shooters, we break it down between gold, silver, and bronze. So I'm kind of going off the top of my head here. I think it's like the top 1/6 get a gold. The next like 1/3 gets a silver. And then
the second half, like
that medal bracket.
Yeah, I think it's 50% is bronze.
Yeah. We've done the math and we have a cheat sheet here. But so if there's 10 competitors, those top 2 competitors will get a gold, and then the next 3 will get a silver, and then the next 5 will get a bronze. So pretty much what that means, if you get a gold medal, you get 10 points towards going distinguished. If you get a silver, you get 8 points, and if you get a bronze, you get 6. Can you do that? Great. So if you want to come to more than one MIC and you have the opportunity to do it, I know it's probably kind of hard. Like if you're in Hawaii, you're probably not going to fly to the States to go to another MCMC, but you can come out and compete in more than one. If you medal at that first MCMC you went to in the year, then you can no longer medal in that weapon at the next MCMC you go to. And that means even if you got a bronze at the first MCMC and you shot really well in the second one and you would have placed in the gold medal bracket, you still already earned that one medal for the year. Now, if you went to a MCMC and you didn't medal and you're like, hey, I want to improve myself, I'm going to go out and train, and I want to come back to a MCMC later in the year, and I want to earn a medal, well, you do have the opportunity to do that. You can come back and you can earn a gold medal at the next MCMC you go to because you haven't already earned that medal.
To top it off, if you do get a medal, whether it's bronze, silver, or gold, you are going to automatically get an invitation to come out to Marine Corps Championships. And the way it typically works is the top 10% from each marksmanship competition, they get an invitation, and then we out of our own pocket here at the Marine Corps shooting team, the team has a budget to where we fly you out and we pay for your entire stay here while you compete. That way, all that's happening to your command is they're essentially losing you, the Marine. They're not taking a hit in their budget, nothing like that. You're getting training. You're getting a chance to come out here and represent where you're coming from. And then if you finish in the top 10%, or realistically, if we see value in what you're capable of doing and how you perform, and you have the type of character that we're looking for, then we're going to extend an invitation for you to stay out here for the entire summer. And that is your chance to show us who you are and come back to the team as a permanent member of this team.
Yes, being a summer augment is one of the best jobs in the Marine Corps. It's really, you show up to work each day, and it's your responsibility to get better at shooting. So you're going to be on the range each day, shooting tens of thousands of rounds in ammunition, and then also traveling all around the U.S., going and competing in civilian matches with the permanent members of the Marine Corps shooting team. It's really an awesome experience. You'll go back to your unit extremely proficient.
More confident.
Yes. You're out there interacting with the general public each day, being that face of the Marine Corps, and it really helps guys mature and feel very confident in their abilities to interact with the public.
And then everything that you've learned between the marksmanship competitions and the championships, and then your entire time here on the summer team, you go back to your unit more proficient on the weapon systems that you've trained with, and you can provide further insight to the training section or to the instructors over where the 3 shop, whoever you belong to, and you are now you're an expert with that weapon system, and you can further increase and enhance the lethality of the unit you belong to.
We really count on those people that have an experience with a team and go back out to their units to create that long-term impact. And also just to give people kind of a sense of, okay, how do I get to that? Or what are my chances? We bring on about 10 to 15 summer augments each year. And we had last year, I think we had over 1,000, right around 1,000 competitors come through the MCMC. So it's
stiff competition.
It is definitely stiff,
but it is achievable.
And I mean, you hit on it earlier. We're really looking for that good character too. Like there's some great shooters out there, but they just might not be the best fit for the team.
And a lot of it comes down to is I have to look at somebody and I have to be able to choose that person and know that they are going to be responsible enough to represent the Marine Corps in front of the general public. Most of the public has never seen a Marine, doesn't know what a Marine is. They have an idea. They've seen the commercials. They've seen Facebook posts, but they have never seen a Marine this up close and personal. And you are a lasting impression on them. And it's a big part of it is choosing that right person that we know can go do that for us. Let's say I'm a Marine, I want to go shoot a MIC, but for whatever reason, I can't make it out to a MIC. What's another opportunity? Do we have mobile training teams? Do we have anything like that?
Yeah, one thing we really started doing this year, we've always offered the service, but we never really pushed it that much, and we had some funding open up, is our mobile training teams. So what those focus on, we'll send about 2 instructors out, and they'll focus on training your unit's instructors. So it's a train the trainer course. We'll train about 20 Marines from your unit with intent of them going out and training the rest of the unit. It's a 2-day course, so it's really time efficient. It's inexpensive. If you have issues funding it, we can work with you on that too. And we can come out there. We can maybe get some interaction with you if you have interest on potentially coming to the shooting team, if that's one of your aspirations. And then we're also asking that this year, since we're really pushing the program a lot more, that you reach out to us in advance and try to schedule these mobile training teams kind of near the MIC. That way our instructors are already out there and we just can tag on training your unit to that MIC. But we're also available the rest of the year. So if you have some specific training that you want us to run your unit through, just let us know. We can work on a training plan, and we'll come out there throughout the year as availability allows, and we'll run your unit through some specialized training based on your unit's needs and mission.
I think that kind of covers everything. Mm-hmm. So if you have any questions, if there's something we didn't answer that you would like answered, reach out to us. I'll have an email address in the description below. We want to hear what kind of questions you have. We don't know what we don't know. And if you need something answered, we can. We cannot answer specific questions, but we can, in regards to what each range facility can do, we'll have to turn that over to the range staff and the personnel that's going to be hosting each individual match, so we can put you in contact with them. Other than that, that's all I got. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.